Hello, and welcome back to Let's Play Gateway 2 Homeworld. Blah, blah, blah. We are in the Cord Village, and we saw a whole bunch of thingies, a whole bunch of visions, got a whole bunch of carvings and stuff made from some of those carvings. So, let's go explore the Cord planet. Here. Let's just start at the bottom and work our way down. Or work our way up. You stand in a stark open ice-covered plain. Around this area, a few projections of ice poke out of the... Oh, we've read all that. Blah. Oh, here's the landing site. Stark open, ice-covered plains, ice projections. And that's alright, back to the village. Oops. Ha ha ha. Okay. Oh! Hello. Glacier Passage. You stand inside a shattered glacier. Cracks in the walls form a maze of passages. Intertwining spires of ice thrust into the air. Blinding shafts of sunlight break through the open ceiling and sparkle off a million facets. The intricate web of light and ice is breathtakingly beautiful but confusing. Your inner ear tells you that the rough floor has a slight tilt, but it's impossible to determine the direction of the tilt with the naked eye. You theorize that the slant leads towards the center of the crater made by the impact of the ancient ship. Cracks in the glacier lead north, east, south, southwest, and northwest. Well, we don't have a ball or anything to figure out where we need to go, so let's not go here. Glacier entrance, yeah, I missed that. Oh well. So let's see. So the glacier is due west of the village. More ice plains. Oh, nothing of interest on this line. Cave entrance. A cliff wall stretches off to the east and west. It is riddled with caves, most of which are too small to enter. One cave, particularly concealed by sheets of ice, is large enough, however. It leads into darkness. Well, let's go see if we can find anything here. Cavern. The natural cavern winds its way into the mountain. Sheets of ice cling to the walls, and large patches of ice underfoot make your progress difficult. Although light from the outside spills in through the entrance, you can see that the cavern becomes much darker further in. The natural cavern... As it gets further away from the light, from the entrance becomes dimmer. Wait, what? As it gets further away, the light from the entrance becomes dimmer, making travel very dangerous. Your surroundings are all but invisible. The little light trickling in from the entrance is almost completely gone. If you go any further, you may risk injury or worse. The natural cavern winds its way. The cavern is completely dark. Any further travel would be foolhardy. You slip and smash your head open. Dang. Oops. Well, that didn't go so well. Okay, so, first cavern, not so good. Teehee. East, north. Okay, so, this cavern, not so useful. Swan... Cliff walls, stretch east and west, real caves, most of which choose will enter. One next to the huge ice floe is large enough, however it leads into darkness. Okay. And I died again. This isn't going so well. The thing is, the the what's it called? The vision that we were shown showed it getting really dark and then it being okay. So that's the main reason. Oh, but they actually did show the outside. Was it this one? Because it did have like stuff outside. Oh, this is familiar. Rock cleft. Now a path winds into stone bridge that spans the spring and then rises to the top of the cliff wall. Under the surface of the water you see a large white crystal creature that seems mostly to be a mass of segmented tentacles. The cliff sweeps off to the east and west and the ice plains lie to the south. Let's see if we can take some water in crystal bowl. The water isn't in the crystal bowl. Take water with crystal bowl. Keeping watchful on the crystal monster, you fill the bowl with steaming water. You know what? I bet we could use that to determine how glacier entrance. Here the ice plains are broken by towering glacier. The wall of the ice sweeps off north and south, but a large crack allows entry to the west. I bet we could use the water to determine the tilt of the land here. So let's pour water on ground. You pour a bit of water on the ice. It forms a small rivulet that flows towards the northwest. And your score's gone up by 20, so that is totally what I'm supposed to do. You stand inside a shattered glacier. Cracks in the wall form a maze of passages, and 20 spires of ice thrust into the air. Blinding shafts of sunlight break through the open ceiling and sparkle off a million facets. The intricate web of light... It's all saying the same thing. Okay. Pour water. Flows towards the south. Yes. Pour water. And towards the southeast. Pour water towards the north. Oh, crater center. This is the center of a large crater. You are perched over a pit. A ladder carved from surrounding ice hangs over the side. Your score has gone up by 10. Well, let's go down. You begin to climb down the ladder, but by the third step, the ice groans under your weight. The next step shatters the ladder and you tumble the rest of the way to the floor of the pit. The remnants of the ladder fall around your sprawled body. Your score has gone up by 5. Pit. The sheer walls surround you. They lack the rough edges of natural ice and look instead as if they were carved by hand. The remains of the ice ladder hangs from the lip of the pit, just out of your reach. In front of you, a Hichi escape ship lies in the wall of ice. Most of the surface has been encased, but the hatch and access panel remain open. Okay, well, let's open hatch. Hatch seems locked. Open access panel. Creaking in protest, the panel slides back to reveal drive mechanism. Take drive mechanism. You can't take the drive mechanism. Okay. Look at hatch code. The Ichi hatch lock code, normally located towards the bottom of the ship, is obscured by the sheets of ice. You can't seem to make it out. Look at ship carving? Carving. This is the exact replica of the Hichi escape ship. The symbols is 24121. Look at keypad. 24121. The hatch clicks. Your score has gone up by 10. Open hatch. You pull on the edge of the hatch swings open. Behind it you discover a cramped cockpit with a decomposed corpse and a glowing pod inside. Take pod. You untangle the pod's harness from the Hichi corpse and remove it from the cockpit. Wear pod. You strap the pod onto your back with an attached harness. Open pod. Look at pod. It is a tan, four-sided pod that is shaped like a pyramid. The base swivels open to reveal the interior is hollow. You guessed that it was fairly personal to Heiichi, as it was the only object found with his corpse. Perhaps it was something used to identify him. Although the original owner obviously carried the pod suspended from his pelvis, the harness allows you to wear it on your back. Okay. Look in pod. The pod is empty. Right. Look at clean clamp. Clap. Look at clean clamp. Clamp is flat and circular, about 1/2 meter in diameter and 10 centimeters thick. Despite its age, it is spotless and looks like it is in excellent condition. On one side, there is a red button. Even in your limited experience with Heiichi machinery, you recognize the disc as a magnetic clamp, a favorite tool of the Heiichi. Look at corroded clamp. The magnetic clamp is flat and circular, about 1/2 meter in diameter and 10 centimeters thick. That seems to have caused quite a bit of corrosion. On one side there's a blue button. The clamp is humming lightly. Push blue button. The corroded clamp stops humming and tilts away from the rest of the machinery. Take corroded clamp. You slide the corroded clamp from its socket. Your score has gone up by 5. Yay! Look at corpse. The body inside the cockpit is an actual, if dead, Heiichi. It has it has 2 arms and legs, but decomposition has obscured further details. Okay. Push blue button. You hear a light hum coming from the corroded clamp. Put corroded clamp on ground. Because we need to get out of here. Actually, let's make sure there's nothing else that's worth looking. Oh, button side down. Hold on a second. Pick up corroded clamp. Put corroded clamp on ground. That begins to hum. So I'm sure you're wondering, what am I doing? If you've ever played with magnets, this should make a bit of sense. I'm just going to see quickly though before I do, is there anything else of interest down here? No. Okay. Oops. Put clean clamp on corroded clamp. So you set the one clamp on top of the other, the red button points to the sky. Stand on clean clamp. You step on top of the clean clamp, the red button peeks out between your feet. Push red button. You reach down and press the red button between your feet. The clamp's magnetic field engages and immediately pushes off against the field of the similar polarity below. The clamp flies into the air, carrying you with it. It throws you just high enough to grab the ladder. From there, you're able to drag yourself up to the edge of the pit. The clamp falls back into the pit. Your score's gone up by 20. Booyah. And let's get out of here. Quickly retrace your path out of the glacier entrance. Cool. So, that was good. Let's go back north. Okay, so I suspect that if there is no other cave with big spikes outside of it, then we know exactly where it's supposed to go. Specifically here. So, yeah, one cave, half hidden behind great spikes of ice, is large enough, however, it leads into the darkness. So let's go this way and hope that I don't die this time. You know what, let's just save. Because I did a lot of stuff, I don't want to die again. Cavern winds, and for the travel be foolhardy. Aha! The natural cavern winds its way into the mountain, da-da-da. You see a faint red glow from the north, lighting the cavern just enough to travel safely. See, that's what happens when you actually pay attention to what you've learned, even though it was a long time ago. Didn't have to do any trial and error at all. The red glow originates in a chamber to the north. It's almost as bright as day here. Crystal Cave. Hello. The cavern ends in a small chamber lined with veins of red glowing crystal. Thin tendrils of material reach out from the walls. A cord-shaped outcropping hangs from the clump of crystal on the north wall. Take cord. Okay, let's spell correctly. Take cord. You tug at the crystal protrusion, although the connection is thin, it's amazingly strong. The crystal cord remains firmly attached to the wall. Okay, use cutter on cord. Time to cut the cord! Oh. Cut cord. And it assumes with the crystal cutter. After only a few swipes of the cutting tool, the outcropping breaks off and falls to the ground. It continues to pulse and glow as if it's still lived, however. Your score is gone up by 10. Okay, take cord. You take the dead cord, your score has gone up by 5. Curious why the crystal cutter didn't get absorbed by it. Oh, make your way through the rough cavern and exit into the light of day. Okay, so we need to now get up top of that here. And we need a way to deal with this crystal creature, and we can't sacrifice the cord to do it. Or can we? Throw cord to monster. Because it's a crystal monster, and that red stuff seems to like crystal creatures. You hurl the crystallized cord towards the monster. Your aim is a little off and it lands upon the path. The monster's tentacles twitch and move hesitantly towards the red crystal. Your score has gone up by 20. Now let's watch as the crystal monster in its natural environment tries to eat the trapped prey. Or something like that. Wait. Tentacle snakes out of the spring, grabs the red crystal cord. Wait. The monster drags the crystallized cord under the surface of the springs. Wait. The monster shoves the crystal formation deep into its waiting maw. Wait. I'm happy that wasn't me. Tentacles whip out and flail at the air. A high-pitched squeal echoes around the cliff walls. A blood-red color seeps through the body of the thrashing monster until the whole creature has been transformed. A few cords, attracted by the monster's death throes, wander up beside you. Wait. The monster's movements slow and then stop altogether. The body sinks down to the spring and sits at the bottom. The cords are up from everywhere. Many of them approach you and pick quick, rosy images of thanks. Then, they stream over the bridge and disappear over the lip of the cliff. Soon you are left alone. Aww. Let's go follow them. You edge your way up the narrow path. The climb is precarious, but you make it to the top successfully. Yeah! Stone Forest. Twisted stone formations, some towering above you, thrust up from an uneven ground. Huge worm-like creatures crawl across this unusual terrain, apparently searching for something with not much success. A few dark-winged creatures glide in the sky overhead. You see a worm thing tunneling into one of the few patches of exposed rock. Its behavior makes you start calling these creatures Diggles. Can I take a worm? You wrap your arms around one of the Diggles. And actually manage to lift it a few centimeters into the air. The Diggle waits patiently for you to exhaust yourself, and after you drop him, it slowly crawls away as if it had never been interrupted. Okay. Look at Diggle. Oh, the worm carving is now a Diggle carving. The Diggles look like giant worms. Their mouths, about 1 meter in diameter, are ringed with sharp metallic teeth. Ooh. Their bodies are segmented and they taper towards their nether openings. They crawl along the ground slowly and aimlessly, as if searching for something. Look at lamprey. None of them is particularly close. They look like dark forms in the distance. The northern forest. The stone formations are larger and more numerous here. There are also more of the winged creatures, and they are bold enough to perch quite close to you. North. Cliff face. The stone formations are huge here, competing in size with the mountain itself. Ice sheets coat the cliff walls, and although they cover rough natural rock on each side, the stone under the ice immediately before you appears to be unnaturally smooth. Peering through the ice, you can just make out some blurred and indistinct Hichi symbols that have been carved into the flat wall. Flying lampreys and worm creatures crowd this region. Look at symbols. The carved markings look very old. The Hichi symbols on the stone wall are blurry and indistinct under the ice, but even if you could see them clearly, you'd be no closer to reading them. They appear to be much different from the simple Hichi numerals that you recognize. As to the meaning, you haven't a clue. Okay, well, let's see if we can carve out some of that ice. Cut ice. The ice peels off in strips as you drag the crystal cutter over the stone wall. Soon you've cleared the ice from much of the surface area. Your score has just gone up by 10. Look at symbols. The carved markings look very old, although some of the you can see them clearly. Oh, okay, well, I guess not. A diggle crawls by, drawn to the cleared rock. Let's see what our score is anyway. 865 out of 1600. Hey, we got more than half. In 481 turns. I like the music here. Okay, well, what's this diggle doing? Oh yeah, let's check out this. Let's look at the compass again. Look at compass. Where are we trying to go? It's a small Hichi mail trying to. Glowing arrow points to north. Okay, so it's still trying to point north. Diggle slowly makes its way to the wall and attaches itself to the clear rock. Its body begins to rotate and sink into the stone. Okay. Diggle attached to the cleared stone wall continues to gyrate and eat into the rock. You see the stone breaking down inside the Diggle's body. Okay. Diggle breaks through the open air beyond the stone wall. It retreats from the rock and slides away, leaving behind a large hole and a pile of white dust. A brave cord comes up behind you and gathers the dust in a crystal bowl. Dodging the diving lampreys, he quickly scuttles away. Well, looks like we have a way to go north now. You squeeze through the hole and drop into the pitch-dark space beyond. Tunnel. The only light here is the faint glow from the Diggle hole to the south. The rest of the tunnel becomes progressively darker as it recedes to the north. The walls of the tunnel are corrugated but carved. Undoubtedly, this cavern was excavated by the Hichi. Oh. Mountain Hollow. Oh my. You stand in a hollow inside of the mountain. The cavern is open to the sky, and sun sends shafts of light down to the sprawling dome. The dome's black base is featureless, with the exception of a small triangle-shaped impression about 1.5 meters above the ground level. Lampreys perch all around the top of the mountain walls. They swarm around a set of solar reflectors up there, and many have attached themselves to the plates and leading cables. The only exit is the tunnel to the south. The arrow on the compass blinks rapidly. It's obvious that the compass has led you to the dome. You reason that it must be a Hichi outpost. Instead of landing on a random planet, the escape ship beacon must have homed in on the nearest rescue station, and this is it. Cool. Let's look at this arrow, at this triangle thing. Look at triangle. Shadows frame a triangle cut in the dome's face. The cut indents the surface in the shape of a pyramid. Well, I got something that's pyramid shape. Put pod in indent. Put pod in impression. Removing the pod first, because I'm wearing it. You insert the pod into the impression. Suddenly, an oval of radiance appears as a portal opens up. A cloud of lampreys rise into the air and start flying towards you. So you grab the pod and dive into the portal, which immediately closes behind you. Your score has gone up by 10. Map room. Tunnels of Hichi blue metal lead west, north, and east from this chamber. The southern wall shows no signs of a door, even though that's where you came in from the outside. So I am trapped. Green glowing lines are etched into the north wall above the tunnel. They appear to be a map. The blinking arrow in your compass goes dark. Look at map. The map of the installation is etched into the wall. Symbols surround the map, but you can't make heads nor tails of them. One symbol stands out from the rest, and a line leads from it to a junction of narrow tunnels at the northernmost section of the map. Okay. Let's check out all these rooms. West. Corridor. You are in a bare corridor. It leads... it dead ends to the west, while the eastern end leads back to the map room. Okay, well, that wasn't very exciting. East. Machine room. Tunnel from the west opens up into a chamber. The walls are covered with machines and devices of every configuration, all of them quite beyond your understanding. All the lights and machines are dark. Something that looks like a portable remote control lies on the ground, perhaps dropped when the Hichi left the installation. Okay, we'll take remote. You take the control module. Your score has gone up by 10. Okay, look at control module. Wow. That's a lot of randomness. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Hey! Hand came out. And what about that? Oh, hey, that door opened. Let's try going through it. Nope. 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 Oh, wait, yes. Oh. Aha! So, east... Because this corridor looks familiar. This looks like that corridor I was in before. Yep, that's totally the map room. This is the room I'm in. Nothing happens. Oh, hey, another door opened. I didn't even notice that. Nope, nothing. Let's see. Fortunately, this seems to know how to open all the doors. Actually, can this open the door outside? I wonder. Well, there's no way for me to know, because I can't see. Nothing there. Oop. Is that a door? Nope. Oh, it looks like I was touching that at that time. Okay, well, let's see what we can find. I'm playing a game!